Hi, this is Jose Miguel Pacini. Um, I wanted to show you today a visualization that I've been working on the last couple of months. It is a visualization to help people that are members of the Run 169 Towns Society. What is that society? It's about running a road race in every one of Connecticut's 169 towns. So here you can see the website of the Run 169 Town Society. And the thing is, when you're trying to do this, you start running into accounting problems. Which towns have I not run? Are there any races coming of towns that I have not yet run? Did I run this one? Didn't I? How far is that? All those questions can become a little annoying to manage. So I decided to try to help the community with this. So this is, if you go, for example, here on their website to both the members page and the resources page, what are the things that you can find? So, for example, in the members page, what you will find is a link to an online spreadsheet where all the members are there. They're the town in which they registered. May not be where they live now. Maybe in state or out of state, the number of towns they have completed, and also there's a column for each of the 169 towns in Connecticut, and there's a 1 on that column if the person has run it or not. Going back to the original one, there's also a resources page that has another link to another spreadsheet with the schedule of races for this year. My visualization is hosted on GitHub. It's a GitHub project, so it's open source. You can fork it. If you have any suggestions, just please contact me there. You can raise an issue there. And it is deployed as a GitHub project page. So this is the main page. When you go to that link, so again, this is jpacini.github.io/run169. What you will see there are two main parts. There's a top part with a map of Connecticut with all the 169 town subdivisions. And at the bottom, you'll see a calendar for the whole year. So the top part is, I consider the main part. What it gives you is, it helps you plan the races that are coming in the next 2 weeks. When you start, it has the map. The towns are color-coded. So red means there's a race today or tomorrow. Orange, there's a race within 1 week. And yellow is a race within 2 weeks. And the town is going to be colored blue if you have already run it. So in the map, if you hover over a town, it will tell you the name of the town. If it is highlighted, then it will tell you if there's a race. For example, here, let's look at this town. This town is Ashford. And today at 9 a.m., I guess it's a little late now, there was a 5K, the Ashford Dash. So that's red today or tomorrow. So here's a yellow one. It's the town of Manchester. In 2 weeks, that is Thanksgiving Day, the November 23rd, the Manchester Road Race, a very famous race here. The bottom part, the calendar, gives you a sense of when there are races. So how many races there are for any given date. So for example, today is November 12. There are 12 races. Here you can see how between January and March, and even April, and then starting in October, all the colder months, there are races pretty much only on Saturdays and Sundays. There are only races during the week, during the rest of the year, with the exception of Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving. You see this part here where there's a grayed out car. It says select a town to filter by driving time. So right now by default, it assumes we're from out of state. But you can enter a town. For example, let's enter New Britain. So New Britain. So now the towns, when you hover over a town, it tells you the name of the town, but also the time driving from New Britain in this case. And you see how the car became active, and it's filtering by driving time. So you see in full saturation the towns that are within 40 minutes of New Britain. You can click and drag this, and as you increase the time that you're willing to drive from New Britain, it will show up more towns. So if I'm only willing to drive from New Britain, say 20 minutes, it's only this area, and you will see there's 2 races today. Additionally, if you put a member name, I'm going to put my name here. So I'm registered in the town of Avon, and you can see in blue some of the towns. It's marking the towns that I have already the ones that I've already run races. Now there's an additional detail here. Show elusive towns. So this marks towns in Connecticut in this black frame, and also dates in the calendar. An elusive town, I defined it as, if you look at the schedule for the year, a town that only has a single race. So, and that means that if you want to run all towns in Connecticut, you may want to be sure to run those races earlier rather than later, because if not, you may need to wait 1 whole year before you run a race there. So in this case, I see that if I show the full state, that of the elusive towns, there's Sterling has one near Thanksgiving, Scotland. So most of these towns don't have races. New Fairfield, and then the other one. Same thing with this calendar. It shows me what dates in the year there are races in elusive towns. So I know that next weekend, on Saturday and Sunday, there are going to be races in some of these elusive towns. So I hope you find this tool useful, maybe fun. Any other suggestions on how to incorporate? There are a number of improvements that I still would like to do. I would like it to have a live connection to the data instead of having a manual update every so often. I would like to have a better rollover here when you're rolling from one year to the next. There are a number of improvements, but so far, this is what I have. Let me know what you think. Thank you.